establish your beachhead. Your beachhead means your first country you go to. Just you realize that you're doing really well in your own country, your brand and your product is out there, people are talking about it, people are asking for it, it's going to suit to be overseas. You really have to be sure that your product does suit to be an overseas product, otherwise it just defeats the purpose a little bit of going through the whole shenanigan and not sort of fitting anywhere. After you spoke to NZT and you got their support, maybe they gave you some ideas of what countries your product would suit well. Maybe you got some agents from overseas that you met in shows. Decide your target country. Decide one target country, because as I said, it is very costly to start a new office or a new partnership, or any launch is very expensive. From our point of view, it's at least 250,000 that you have to have free to start a new country. And that's mainly because you don't want to just go to a country, you want to have your staff there. You want to understand the local culture. You want to be able to take your model from here overseas. And that's very expensive, because you don't want to just say, oh, well, there's my product. You just do something about it. If you're not there, it's not going to happen. You really have to have your own people. You might have time to just get people from that specific country and train them in your own company. But if your story doesn't follow with your product and you just give it to a third agent, it's going to sit in the warehouse somewhere. You've got to have the excitement when you move to. You have to have the belief in the product that you're moving to another country, and you have to give that story on to other people, and that they believe you and they see you there. They see events, they see articles about you. You've got to be in the media, you've got to be out there, and you have to be with your same sort of way you feel about your own product here. It's got to move with you to the other country. You have to have a really good relationship with your partners and the partners of the partners and the distributors that they choose. You have to know their birthdays. You have to send them emails. You have to think what they like, because this is what's going to make your base of a success in the country. We started in some countries we started like this, and it was fantastic. In some countries we just had an agent, and it was a waste of time. If you're not there, it's not going to happen. It doesn't mean you. It's one of your team, or one of the team that has actually moved to the country and sorted a new team and then came back. You've got to be sure that your head office in your own country supports that team there. They have to feel a part of the company, and that you're constantly there, giving them what they need, changing for their whatever regulation in the country is, because regulation problem in every country are completely different. Once you're comfortable with your model, that is, model manages to move to another country, you have to start doing the relationship development, and that is a crucial part in your success overseas. Mainly in the countries like Korea, China, Japan, it's vital to be sure that everybody's behind you within that country. So you've got your own people there, but they have distributors, they have agents, they have shopkeepers, they have their own customers, they've got people working in the office. You've got to have everybody excited. Everybody kind of really like you're part of the same family within New Zealand. So I know that my Korean customers there, and when I say customers, I'm talking about my agents there and my distributors. I think about them almost daily. I walk in town and I buy gifts for them just in case, so when I go next time, I know that they like it. If it's summer here, I buy sort of New Zealand slippers to send it to them because it's minus 17 degrees. I'm walking around and suddenly I see this beautiful honey. I buy it because they haven't got this beautiful honey and they're so excited about Manuka honey. I constantly think about what can I put from myself to them so they'll feel part of us. And I do it a lot, and the whole company does it a lot. And I think that's really very important to have a good relationship. So then suddenly you get an email from them, their son finished the army, they send you a photo, he's safe. It's heartwarming. You know their birthdays, and you just kind of little mentions like this. And you know that they'll love you back if you love them. And if they love you, they'll do a lot of work for you. And they'll persuade people that they sell to that this is a good company. And so relationship is vital. And again, relationship from head office within New Zealand to whoever is working overseas is vital as well. Never forget them. Send them daily emails. Remind them what a great job they do. It's miles away. They can they can be forgotten. They have to feel that they're remembered at everything they do. It's for your it's for your company. It's growing your company. There's no other way about it. Yeah, your product can be fantastic, but it'll sit there unless there's a fantastic team behind. And then there's obviously this one scary thing about payment. So letter of credit from banks is important. So in a way, you want to be sure that whatever company you work with is big enough to have a letter of credit. If it's a little distributor, they might not get it. So you want to secure yourself, because sometimes you send a container at $70,000, and then when it just arrives, there's another 70,000 container going, and they haven't paid for the first one or the second one. You can sit on a lot of money, and first of all, it's not very good for your turnover, for your financial situation here. But second, something might happen to the product. Maybe it won't be allowed in. Maybe it won't sell. Maybe they'll fold. So you have to be very careful that you have a letter of credit.